Today you may not like me for what I'm about to preach. But listen, I will prophesy, all right. But now, as I said, I'll go from the prophetic more into the apostolic. Everywhere I go, I try to establish the people. I try for the church to grow. Am I telling somebody? Is somebody hearing me? I tell you, you need to help. Let me tell you something. The work of God is the greatest work you can ever do. In foreign affairs, I don't put pressure on myself. I work hard. Not because of anything, because I am a principal person. I'm principal in the sense that the government is paying me. And I must deliver and I must work hard. And I don't have to say that because I'm a pastor, I get to work. Instead of working, I take my Bible and say I'm leaving. No. Once I'm at work and I know that I have to close at 5 o'clock, my lifetime is what I use my quiet time and prayer. That is different. But I'm telling you, I don't put pressure on myself because you know why? Because I have trained my mind that I can resign any day, any time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Recently, our bishop said something. He said, those of us who work, and Takadina see me, and I'm thinking very deep. He said, those of us who work, those of us God has given us talent, and we say, oh, we want to work small so that the church will grow before we start collecting salary and utilize our gift. He said, we are slaves. He said the gift of a man will pay the way for him. Let me tell you, salary cannot take you anywhere. How much can they pay you? But your gifts, somebody say my gifts. It's your gift. So those of you God has given gifts, and you have decided to make yourself slaves like me, you start thinking. Am I telling somebody? Yes. So you need to understand that the work of God is the greatest work you can ever do. And when we get to heaven, God is not going to ask us, well, what was the qualification? Engineer, policeman, IGP. God is not interested in those things. What did you do with the resources I gave you? What did you do with your talents? What did you do with your gifts? Who did you impact that has spoken this? You don't have a soul, and you are proud of it. Do you know something? Let me tell you something. When you take a mango tree, what does the mango tree bear? It bears mango. Is it not so? When you are a child of God, you must also bear fruit. You must bear fruit after your kind. Show me your soul in the church. You don't have a soul. You are proud of you. You can't polish your face. You look nice. You want God to bless you. You are a joker. It is when you do the work of God that the blessings of God comes. If you don't do the work of God, God cannot bless you. Remember, there are two blessings. Satan can bless, and God can also bless. It is when you think about the work of God, because the work of God is the greatest work you can ever do. I am telling you. And when we come before His judgment, those are the things He's going to ask us. Let me tell you, there are some people who are old here. They wish they are young like us. They would have done more for the Lord. Those of you are young. You have the opportunity, you have the leverage to do more for the Lord. You know, as I'm standing here, you know what I'm thinking. When I travel, you know what I tell people, when I go to the church to go and preach, I don't go and tell them to give me money. I tell them, listen to me. I want to go to the rural areas. I want to go to the rural areas. Give me money. Give me cars. Give me things. I will go there and do you know that? Let me tell you something. A soul is a soul before God. In case you don't know. We sit here, we sit in our churches and we tell ourselves that, oh, there are a lot of Christians in church. Let me tell you something. Statistics has proven that on Sunday, the people who stay at home and go to clubs on Saturday evenings and don't go to church, they are more than the people who go to church on Sunday. So let us not sit in our churches and polish and come and sit there, sing praises and deceive ourselves and think that, oh, Ghana is a Christian. Who told you that? But the very people we see, they are in our offices. We know they are not born again. But we bypass them. Let me tell you, their blood will be required from you. Because God bless you in that work for a reason. One of the things the Lord told me when He was taking me to foreign affairs that I am taking you there for a purpose. It's not because I want you to go and work. I'm taking you there because there are souls that you need to win for me. Anywhere you find yourself, never think that it is your degree. Never think that it is your qualification. God took you there for a reason. And He took you there to affect them. I do not tell them I'm not born again, but yet you will not preach to them. You will not tell them another life. But you yourself are living a double standard life. Who will I come for it and say, let me tell you something. As I speak right now, somebody may die tomorrow. And death doesn't come knocking at the door of anybody. You will die and go. Everything else will perish with us. But there's only one thing that you have, which is Christ. So you need to do His work. To do His work. Don't just come to church and sit down and others are doing other things, they are playing jam and other things. And you have a talent. The Bible said that when the master was going, he gave some 5 talents. He gave another 2 talents. He gave another 1 talent. And guess what? The one with the 5 talents went with it. The one with the 2 talents went with it. The one with the 1 talent said, "Me, master." The Bible said he went to keep the talent. And when the master came, the master said, "Now it is time for you to account for the talent I have given you. It's time for you to account for the talents." They all started accounting. Then the first one with the 5 talents said, "Well, master, you gave me 5 talents. By the grace of God, I have worked hard. I've been able to acquire extra 5 talents." May you be that person. I said, may you be that person. May you be that person. I tell you. Then the 2 also said, "Master, you gave me 2. I've been able to acquire extra 2. He said, "Praise, bless you." Then the one with only 1 said, "Master, I know that thou art a hard man. I know that thou art what? A hard man. Difficult. You are a difficult person." Let me tell you something. Some of you you don't. If Jesus is the pastor of this church, some of you will leave the church. You know why? Jesus was a nobody. Was a no-nonsense person. Somebody who enters and see people doing just business alone. It was not like in the temple. They were doing business around the temple. He took people and he beat them. He could look at somebody and say, "You demon, get away from me." Read the Bible, the insult that Jesus insulted people. So today, church members leave church because they feel the Osogomami has offended you. The pastor has said something. So they get angry, they leave the church. No humility. Let me tell you something. I was teaching the church before I came first service. And I was telling them that humility is a weapon of warfare. In case you don't know, I tell you. I was teaching them, I was telling them this Friday at the honor, I was teaching them 50 weapons of warfare. And humility is one of them. It's a weapon of warfare to be humble. It's a weapon of warfare. In case you don't know today. To be humble. And people leave churches today because they are offended. Read the Bible very well. Jesus insulted people most of the time. He insulted people. Either directly or indirectly. He was insulting people. He was a hard leader. So today, we come to church, we want the pastor always to put to us, "Oh, member." So sometimes we are begging you. Me, I said, "I'm never begging the member again." I said, "This is the house of God. It is God that is building his church." I'm telling you the truth. Because sometimes when we follow you people, we follow you people who will end up in hell. Am I saying to you? Yes. We will end up in hell. You know why we will end up in hell? Because we are doing everything to please you. But we have not been called to please you. We have been called to please the master who called us. Because what is it that we will get the approval of men? Even if I get the approval and I don't get, I know God called me. When God was calling me, were you there? Master, when God was calling me, were you there? Were you there? Do you know that assignment he gave me? You don't know. Am I accountable to you? I am accountable to him that has called me. So I am not here to please you. I am here to please him. And he said, "Thou art a hard man. You are too hard." And sometimes some of my leaders, they will come to me and say, "Pastor," and some of the leaders say, "You are too hard. And it is soft for them." I said, if I was soft, the church that they growing the way it is growing is because I am hard. Listen to me, child of God. Don't expect your pastors to be soft.
Yes.
I expect them to be soft.
Yes.
I expect them to be soft. I told you that's the problem of Africa.
Yes.
That's the problem of Africa. Because our leaders want to please everybody. They want to please everybody. That is why Africa is the way it is. We want to please everybody. In life, you can't please everybody. The most important thing is for you to do the right thing. So the man said, "Only 1 talent. I leave it." What did the master say? He said, "Take it from him. Take it from him and give it to the one who has acquired 5 extra." Let me tell you something. What do I say? Anything I know, sometimes I hear me say, "We are going to get to my oh, there's no way for him to bless you. But once I will hear you, now we hear you, God will bless you. Am I speaking to somebody? Yes. Because let me tell you something. One of the weapons of warfare we teach them on Friday is the word of God. This is a weapon. One way and hear you, those of you sing, dance, playing keyboard, they are weapons of warfare for you. Anytime you do it, it's a weapon. And the Yamin won't buy it because we ain't it, man. Yamin say, car, son, and we yet praise and worship. Say, car, bone, and one of the better praise and worship. It is a tough to say again, say, when you no way. I'm not telling you Sunday. Who saw you do? Who saw you in a man? Who about police nights? Who is a woman for you? Yeah, I'm here to man. Better. Use the word of God. But police were mean. When they always say Joby. I was sharing with Papa that Sundays they break personal trainings. Sunday they stay behind. Then Apple first and second service they go out and win souls. Because who's in your near from? In your near from, if you have a preacher and your souls, so you have to go there and win the soul for yourself. Not the ones that have won. Go there and win your own souls and win them. Some of you, when Shira is connected to the work of God, who named it here?